I know everywhere else we live. Bam. Yeah, I see
No,
the notification.
it's saying you live.
Yeah, I just got the notification.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Bam.
The
Huh?
picture ain't right on it.
What you mean? Ah, damn. Let me see if I can hold it up. Let me see if I can switch. Let me see something. I just switched it up. What it looking like now?
It's still the same.
Let me see something. What about now?
It didn't change.
Damn.
Now it's showing you.
Let me see. Okay. You don't show nobody else though. Let
It's like you got to zoom all the way out or something.
me see something. Bam. What about now? That should do something. Hold on. Check this out. Check this out. Only way it's gonna be like this here. Because it's centered.
Nah, bro.
Let me see something. Well, you get is delayed, so
Yeah, it's delayed.
but they only showing from my point of view, right? Got you, got you. Well, you know what I mean. Well, so I mean, it's better. You know what you might have to join on the ground. Let me see. Let me see something. Man. Let me see something. Let me see something, man. Boom. I'm just pointing towards the. You know, if you want to see everybody on the panel, you know, come on to the LinkedIn, the Facebook, so on and so forth. You know, again, hey, we making one step improvement each week. You know, man, we had nothing last week. You know, now unless you could, I don't know, unless you could join me on the ground.
Let's see. I just sent the request.
Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. And other than that, we're gonna still start on the ground.
Let's see. I just sent the request.
Yeah, they got the delay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me. I don't want that echo to start, man.
Yeah. It ain't echoing now. I don't know what you did.
Is that on your end?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, I closed my end out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Like I said, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out on the next rip. Let me see
All
something. Let
right.
me try something else. Does that change? Well, that's just full screen on my end. Let me see
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, we'll figure it out next rip. You know, so is this a position? But this is a position. At least you see somebody on there, right?
Yeah, they see you on there.
Right. Gotcha. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and start it off, man. Waiting on Barry and Corey. You know, the guys are the later guys, so we'll see how it go. But let's go ahead and kick off the situation and everybody go ahead and start sending your questions in the chat box. Let me go ahead and post right now Q&A. Send your questions right now, and we're gonna answer them. Send your questions right now. All right, send your questions. So we're live right now. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. I believe Rumble too. So so if y'all ain't on those, get on those and let's get started, man. Um, I'm gonna introduce myself. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then by that time, hopefully, We have the others in the building. I'll have some questions to go ahead and we'll rock from there. But again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. I am a mortgage broker. I am a published author. I'm a serial entrepreneur, sales trainer, so on and so forth. Branch manager as well. So I wear many hats, but it all boils down. I'm great at one or two things in life, and it happened to be sales, marketing, and loans. So I'm great at. I pulled myself into those things and became, great at it. So we're gonna talk a little bit of real estate, talk about the current situation, today's market, and we're gonna have a little chit chat. Anybody want to join in the panel? Hit us. I'll send you the link. You get on the panel, or if you want to ask a question, just go ahead and ask a question. Put it in the chat room, and we'll answer it live. CJ, go ahead. Let me see if I can switch this while you talking. Let me see something. Go ahead.
All right. Well, what's up, everybody? It's CJ, the realtor here in Houston, Texas. Here to help anybody looking to sell, buy, lease, invest. Follow me on all social media platforms, CJ Sales TX. That's CJSELLSTX on all platforms, or you can call or text me 832-338-3182.
Gotcha. Let me send a couple of shout outs while I'm here, while we got a little bit of time. Don't forget the first thing first is mortgage season. So if you want to go ahead and check my rates or schedule a talk with me or even apply for a loan, go to my website, www.applywithb.com. Also, I'm at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. That's YouTube, that's Twitch, that's Twitter, everywhere. Go to HoustonCondoSales.com. That's our condo site where you can check out all the sites, all the condos in the Houston area for Houstonians, by Houstonians. So we got the tightest condos. Also, what's today's rates.com. If you want to check my rates live, you could compare it against anybody. I put my rates up against anybody. Check it out live, 24/7. Also, if you're in the bullies, you got the want any accessories for dogs, we got the bullypalace.com, www.bullypalace.com. And let me see what else I got on here. You can call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. So call me 24/7 as long as it's about business. But let me go and kick it off, man. First thing first, man. Everybody freaking out. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Everybody freaking out about the rates going up. A week ago, it was about a point less. A little bit less than a point less. They said they were going to raise it. And kind of mirror what they did in the European Union. So they kind of raised rates up, but now we're definitely in the sevens. Unless you can do FHA or Govy, so we're definitely in the sevens right now. So, what does that mean for a buyer? That means less buying power. I was talking to somebody today. They were saying they're waiting for the prices to come back down. That's not going to happen. I think houses gonna increase. The price is going to increase, but buying power is going to decrease. So I don't, with inflation, I don't think prices are going to come back down. It's just they're going to slow down and become stagnant. And then
we're basically seeing a correction.
Right.
So they are coming down a little bit just because of that overinflated buying frenzy that we were in, where people were offering $50K, $100K above asking, which really took it out of the market value range. So now you're just seeing a small correction, but yeah, it's not going to be dropping.
Right.
Not anything significant.
Right. So people that's looking for, I'm gonna wait till price is high right now. That's actually incorrect. The price is going to stay what they are. It's just a matter of the faster the demand is going to slow down, meaning that the actual inflated prices is going to stop. It's going to slow down. It's not going to go backwards. So it's not like convenience store or a gas station or something like, well, gas was $3, now it's $2. It's not going to happen with real estate, you know. So what it means is that gas is $3 and it's going to stay $3. It's not going to go to 4 or 5 anytime soon, as quick as it would have. Does that make sense?
And that's the thing too, though, because people don't realize, like, the prices went up so high. Now they're starting to come down, but they ain't coming down to what they were before the inflation hit.
Right.
So like everything is still higher than what it was,
right,
and it's staying there. So people ain't realizing, like, we getting we getting busted, still busted upside the head regardless.
Right. So I mean,
got to play ball.
Right. I mean, this is what it is. I think what's happening is now the shift into the 2022. I mean, the 2020s. We got. I think a lot of us kind of caught in the 90s and early 2000s as far as pricing in our head. You know, that's gone. Like, you know, $100,000 can't get you a house anymore. You know, you might as well look at 2. You know, $100 is not what it was. $100 used to be a night at the movies. Now that's, you know, that's one person eating. Oh, that's a date night. That's 2 people eating. You know, that's the dinner. That's not the movie.
Right.
That's at a cheap restaurant. That's at Chili's.
Shoot, and don't have no drinks.
Right, man. That's what I drink. You know, so things have changed. You got the $15 chicken sandwich. You know, you got the, you know, $15 salads with no meat. You know, so it's a different age. Like, you know, so it's what that means for us and what that means to me is you got to increase the grind.
Yep.
I think the counterbalance is there's all these different ways of making money now that you got to find you some. You know, you can make you know, money off of being a YouTuber. You can make money off of, you know, Lyft and Uber. You can make money off of selling stuff on Shopify. You got all kinds of different ways to make money now to actually equal this stuff out. Now, you know, the more money they print, the more money people have, the less it's worth.
The weaker it is.
You know, so if everybody got stacks to the ear, it ain't worth nothing.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? So I was watching something the other day. It's called, I think, 10/22/63. It was about this guy that went back in the past and into the 60s. And you know, everything tastes better, and everything was like it was a lot cheaper. You know, it's like, Barry, what's going on?
Hey,
what's up, B?
Man, that's the loudest you ever sounded.
Is it?
Must have got a new mic or something, man.
No, it's the same mic. I don't know.
This is working now.
Hey, what's going on? Hey,
but I'm gonna finish
technology.
This introduce yourself. We were talking about people waiting for the houses to go back down. We're saying now that was just inflation. This is just what it is now, you know. And you got to get out your mind that, you know, you can get a house for $100,000. That's just a foreclosure or something to that effect. And then, you know, just look at the entry point. Entry is $200,000. I remember, when I first got to Houston, back again about 12 years ago. I remember that the threshold point was $200,000. Everybody was scared to go over. I don't know if you remember that. Like, man, you know, everybody wanted to be in the ones. When you get the twos, everybody was scared to go in the twos. That was an expensive house back then. Now that's the entry point.
All right.
You know, $200,000. That's in a neighborhood that you might have to, you know, it's gonna be some years before you get fixed up.
Sure, $200,000. Sure, you're gonna be in competition with investors paying cash at that price.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it is what it is. Yeah, $100,000 like $10,000 nowadays.
Yeah, these prices now. Yeah, I remember my first house 20 years ago. My first house, I paid $85,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, fenced backyard, and I thought that was too high. I mean, shoot, that house now probably go. I mean, it was 1 story too. 1,800 square feet. Yeah.
How much things worth now?
And so now, like, think about how
probably
people
3.
look back 20 years from now and look at prices today, thinking like, oh, those prices were low back then. Yeah.
Right. Well,
I paid 300 for mine. It's worth $1 million.
Right.
I think I said this before on there. I don't know if you remember on the end of House Party 1. Pop said, "Man, I paid $15,000 for this house." You know, so, and that was in what? That was in the 90s, right?
Yep.
And then that was shot in what? New York?
No, I want to say California.
California. So that either way, it was a high price.
I think it was California.
Yeah, either if they shot in New York or LA, that was a high price area.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, like these people that they talk about, oh, you this 6%. When I bought my house, we paid 13%. Yeah, but houses was like $15,000 back then.
Right.
So it's not the same.
Well, the thing
it's
is,
not
like
the same.
Is we still into. I think a lot of people still into the 90s prices. We still, especially our age, we 40s. We still thinking like 2 for $2, 99-cent menu. That's gone. It's the $5 menu now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Big Mac $5 now.
Yeah, we still got 1990 prices in our head, and it's 2020s. So those are gone.
Like they got 1990 prices in their head. They ain't got the interest rate though, because the interest rate was double digit.
Right, but still, like when we thinking, like the point I'm trying to make. Check this out. When we talking $300,000-$400,000 houses, in our mind we thinking luxury. That's a luxury house. In the average person's mind,
right? That's
an FHA house,
right?
Now, FHA about to go to $500,000, $500,000.
It got to the median price. The median price for a home in Houston is over $400,000.
Right. So that's the median price now. So we used to be in the ones, it's now the fours. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We used to be a chicken sandwich used to be $3.99. Now it's $12.99. You see? You get a couple of combos for $12.99.
Back then. Good back then.
Right.
A whole bucket of chicken.
Right. You get a whole man, you can get a whole thing. So
$8.
100 right now is an adult one. So that those days are gone. It takes $100 to fill up the tank.
Man.
I remember when I was in my first car, it took $10. It was $9 some change to fill up the tank.
Yep.
This is 30 years ago.
You can pump your gas and do stuff while you pumping your gas. Wash your windows, check your tires. Now, shoot, by the time you push the thing, $20 done spewed out of right quick.
Right. Yep. So my point is this everything high, man. I just went to Walmart today. Walmart, they supposed to be the cheap. I got some stuff for my dogs. I don't even know what the hell I got, man. It was like 3 bags full of stuff, and it's $80.
Oh yeah, when I go to the grocery store, you have a little bit of stuff, and you coming out of at least 100.
Right. I don't know if you remember, $100 of groceries was a big accomplishment. It was like a couple of baskets worth of stuff.
Hey, I fill up the trunk.
Remember that?
$100 fill up the trunk.
My grandmother used to brag. See, that's $100 worth of groceries right there.
I mean, here looking at a box of cereal is $4 or $5.
Right.
Without the milk.
So everything. So the expenditure, what we're talking about, the positive is that you got to get out of your head that a $500,000 home is a luxury home.
It's not. This is. I mean, it's. You're not. It's, like I say, it's not the 90s. Everything progresses. I mean, just look at the city of Houston. I mean, look at the city of Houston. I mean, it's areas when I grew up, it was nothing but grass and trees. When I grew up, I mean, now, I mean, they everywhere. I mean, Houston's everywhere now.
Right.
I mean, the Beltway East wasn't even the Beltway. It was a road with not even lights on it. Now they got Walmarts. You got Fall Creek over there. You got the churches they build. No, I mean, 20-something years ago, it was nothing there. You couldn't even drive down there because if your car stopped, we didn't have cell phones. Well, we did. We did have them, but they wasn't like they are now. They weren't smartphones. And you get stuck out there with no street lights, you gonna be in trouble.
Right.
Now, I mean, you got Summerwood is out there. You got Generation Park. They just built out there. Fall Creek. I mean, it's crazy. And that's 20 years.
Right. 20 years. So 20 years from now, it'll be 2040, almost 2050. You know, we'll be damn near retirement. Well, we definitely be retirement age, and stuff will be a lot faster, man. But you got to think about it. What's $500,000 now? That's gonna be $1 million plus 20 years from now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're gonna damn near need it because, like I said, $1 million is gonna be like 100,000.
Yep.
And there's gonna be even less, you know, when we 20 years from now. So you're gonna need at least to survive a couple of $1 million.
Yeah, I have a client that she called me and she wants a new home in the Pearland area. She said, I want to keep it under 260. I was like, you want a new house under 260? You just want the studs? I mean, what?
It's possible, but the thing is, we stuck in the 90s of prices. We ain't caught up yet. Our mind ain't caught up yet to the pricing yet.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm making. We still caught in the old school prices. You see what I'm saying? And then the monthly, look at 2 G's.
Yeah,
that's on the poverty side. That's not even on the poverty. That's on the decent side.
Yeah,
that's on the low. That's the average. Yeah. $2,000 a month. This the rent or the mortgage.
That'll get you a decent 1-bedroom apartment.
Right. Yeah, didn't they say that the average rent is at like $1,800 or $2,000 in Houston now?
Right, it's about 2,000.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We finishing our thought here, Corey. Can you
Yeah, I get you.
And then I'll let y'all introduce. We talking about, you want to join in on this, man? Like, I think people waiting for these houses to come back down. I think we just need to adjust our mindset, man. It's all the way up and it's gonna stay up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just we hadn't adjusted mentally to the price inflation. Prices, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Correct.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, $200,000 house back in the days, 10 years ago when I first got back into Houston, that was, that was, up there. That was, $200,000 entry point right now. If that, you might be looking at $250.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be $250.
Yeah.
So just 10 years. So when people come out with this, hey, I want to spend $1,500. I want to spend. My neighbors spending. They got it at $1,000, but they got it 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. And plus their neighbor lying.
So, but we still caught these 1990 prices.
Mm-hmm.
$1,500, $1,200. That was 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's $2,000 right now. At least $2,000 for a good 1-bedroom apartment.
Yep.
Like CJ just said.
If you're not as long as you're not trying to dodge bullets and everything every day.
Right.
Yeah, a decent apartment. Yeah, you're gonna pay that.
That's what I'm saying. But we think in our head $2,000 a lot of money. That's not a lot of money nowadays.
Not no more.
So we got to get out of the mentality of you look at 3-4 is where it's at right now. You want some, $500,000,
something halfway decent.
$400,000 is the average median price in Atlanta and Houston, right?
But now this is the thing is that, you know what I'm saying, we completely understand everybody can't afford a price point like that. But now you can't expect to find something with the bells and whistles you want all the time, you know what I'm saying? And you can't meet that price point. So you're going to have to give up a little bit somewhere just to be able to get into the market and get yourself a home. Like you can't want, cover patio, pool in the back, and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep your price point, your monthly payment at $1,500.
Yeah,
like I get it, but you know what I'm saying? I get it. Like $1,500 is all you can afford. We ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, that. If $1,500 is all you can afford, that's fine. But you have to adjust your mindset to look for something that you can find within that price point.
I'm saying that $1,500 gone unless you put a nice chunk down. $1,500 you looking at, you know, that's
trap house.
200,000. Where we
that's
gonna
trap
find
house.
that?
That's gonna be a trap house.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta get your mind out of 15 and put it on the 2.
Yep.
It's 2,000 now.
Step your game up.
If you would have got your house back in 2010, $1,500 is right on point. It's 2022.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's my point. Get that 15 out your head. My thing is step the game up. We were talking about all these apps you can make money off of. And you know, you gotta get more. $2,000 is just what it is.
Which I get that, but you know what I'm saying, we can't, you know, can't necessarily shit on the folks that this is all that they can afford, right? You know what I'm saying? So if this is all that they can afford, like I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, majority of the time, in order for you to find what you want, you at least 2,000 and above, right? But you know what I'm saying? My thing is, I'd rather you just get in the game somewhere. You know what I mean? Get in the game somewhere, build that equity up. You can sell that house later on down the line, flip that equity into the next house that you truly want. But you know what I'm saying, paying rent ain't gonna get you anywhere. But you know what I'm saying, you know, if you work in a job and they're paying you X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna take a little bit of time for you to kind of get your hustle up and make more money. I get that, you know what I'm saying? But meantime, in between time, it doesn't make sense to sit on the sideline.
Well, that's the thing. I agree with you. Yeah, we're not downgrading. We're telling them that it's all about mind frame.
Yep.
It's all about frame of mind. If your frame of mind is, I want to get something that's no longer there. I was watching this show called 11/22/63. The dude went to the car lot and paid $700 cash for his car. Drop top. Mm-hmm. Can we get that nowadays? Where can I get? I can't even get a seat. I can't even get the gear shaft of a car. I can't even get a tire for $700 anymore. But back then you could.
Right.
I'm saying switch your mind frame from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Can you get into that? It's extremely rare nowadays. Yes, that you might look up and find that house that fit in your budget that takes all your boxes for $1,500. If that unicorn doesn't appear, wouldn't it make sense to switch your mind frame?
Switch it up. But I think what he's saying is, if you switch your mind frame, you still not gonna get you still ain't getting that extra 500 coming every.
Well, I want to get people all day. They could afford the 500, but it's the mind. CJ and I went through this a couple of times. We looking at you can afford the 500, don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, I had a client, and she wanted this house. I was like, you can afford it, but you got to cut out Sunday Fun Day.
Right.
Like you can't kick it like every weekend, and she did it. She stopped, and within like 2 months, she was ready.
Right.
But it's all about changing your mind and your thought process on what you spend your money on, and put it towards something that's actually going to yield you some benefit later.
Because think about it. What's happening right now is if I don't find this unicorn, I don't find this house for $1,500 that meet my criteria. That's got Taj Mahal. That's all the bells and whistles that it sings, a lullaby as you approach it. And the doors open itself, and you know what I mean. It carries you in through the threshold. All these, this crazy stuff that they're looking for. I'm gonna stop instead of going, expanding my budget, stretching my budget and getting maybe 222 to kind of get what I want. Let's stop. And I'm gonna keep looking. What you're looking for does no longer exist. Like that car for $700, that drop top. It's gone.
And shoot, I also get out the mind state and mind frame of I want the house all to myself.
Right.
If you find somebody else that's looking for a house and y'all mesh enough where y'all go in together and get something nicer, that's another way to get in too. Because like you was talking about affordability, if you don't have it, but if you come together like other people in other communities do, then it works out. Because I'm seeing more than one family in one house, but they're coming in together and getting a nice big house where they all fit in.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about that before too. How other communities, they come together. You might have 3 or 4 families inside that living in that house.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that last week, but I don't want to kind of overlap. But my thing is, we have to, again, I think it's the mind frame. Get your mindset on that. Again, yesterday's price is not today's price. It just has, and if you wait, that's just like me sitting there waiting. I'm not gonna buy a car till cars are $700 again, drop top cars. It's not gonna happen. I give you an example. I was about to get this Porsche. I should have got it last year. Not I could got one a certain amount of mileage and leather like I want. They're about 40,000. I had the money. I was like, let me go ahead and wait. The pandemic hit. Now the thing's about 60 for the same specs. Can't find it nationwide. The demand went up. So am I going to sit there and wait? Let me wait for this to pop out the sky at 40. I'm going to adjust my pricing.
Yep.
Yeah, just pricing.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the opportunity was there. I didn't capitalize on it.
And it's not just real estate. It's all across the board.
Right.
Man, Patrice O'Neal, rest his soul, but he was talking about, he gave a good connotation on inflation. He was like, milk going up to $3. And this is back in the 90, early 2000s. He was like, milk going up to $3. And he's looking at bread, like, bread, why you going up? He's like, what, I like a sucker? I'm gonna get this money too. Like, it ain't like one industry or one group is gonna go up in price. It's like all across the board. So it's like, if you don't mentally get your mind around, all right, I gotta pay more for everything, you're gonna be SOL.
Right. Right. That's exactly what I want. I wanted to cover that because it all led into, for Corey and Barry, we started off the conversation with, the rates went up again. And
they raised it up 3/4, right? 3/4%.
Right. So the 6 is damn near gone. So that's what we.
Well, let me ask you this: how long does it take from the Fed announcing rates going up to when it actually hits y'all?
Depends. It wasn't supposed to hit mortgages. It was supposed to hit everything else. It's supposed to hit credit cards and automobiles.
But it's not. It was going to hit the mortgages too.
Right. So
everybody following. Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's just like the stock market. It's emotional. So you know what I'm saying? When the feds come out, before they even officially raise the rates, when they talking about, hey, look, chances are good, we're gonna raise it again, the market is going up. Rates is going up. It ain't even waiting for the feds to officially announce it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. When they come out with the meeting and they come out with the notes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They talking about, look, inflation still ain't where we want it. We're gonna have to adjust again. You already know it's coming. The market is automatically going to adjust accordingly.
Yep.
Right. So my thing is, what is the if you really want a home, what's the more pragmatic approach? You're gonna sit there and wait, pay 100% interest, which is rent, and hopefully the prices will drop back down, or you're gonna adjust your mind frame. Hey, this is the price of the ball game now. I remember when Saints tickets used to be $14 a piece. That's gone.
1,400 now.
Yeah, you looking at 1,400. So those are gone, man. You can get Saints tickets for less than $15 when I was a kid. That's gone, man. This is what it is. Am I gonna sit there and wait before I see a ball game again? I'm gonna wait till they go back to $15.
You'll be waiting forever.
It's not gonna happen.
Right.
So my thing is adjust the mind frame and hustle up, because with the equilibrium of this high inflation is they got so many different ways to make money now.
Yep. Especially in Houston.
Right. You got this thing right here. You can make $1 million off your phone. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it for retirement. We were talking about earlier. $1 million right now is like 100,000. So by the time we retire, it's gonna be like $10,000. So you might need a bill. You might need to be in a billy club that's a little comfortable.
Okay, don't expect no Social Security.
Right.
Oh no. Anybody waiting on Social Security? Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like a lot, but shoot,
Social Security nothing.
I guarantee you that $1,000 they give my grandmother, that sounds like a lot back, until that inflation hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, $1,000 a month,
Supposed to be in a cardboard condo.
They talking about giving me what $4,000-5,000. That sounds like a lot right now. Shit, give me about 20 more years. That's gonna be,
It's
gonna be hard anything.
That's gonna be the cost of a house. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a friend that's father is in one of these homes, in a retirement home, whatever, and it's $6,000 a month.
Right.
6,000. Now that's food, and they feed them and everything like that. But 6,000, I mean, just think if you're living on your own in your own house, you paying way more than 6,000. If you paying, you got electric, telephone. Oh, well, not telephone. Well, yeah, cell phone and cable and all this other stuff. I mean, 6,000 a month. I'm like,
right, and that's not prices. So
you can't even rely on that. Even the retirement, everything is going to. Even the retire, like you said, even the retirement homes. Maybe if it ain't 6,000, it still ain't cheap. You still ain't paying to stay at $500-600 a month to stay in a retirement home.
Right.
That's yeah, most definitely.
Shoot, imagine the people that got 401ks and was relying on that to retire right now.
Right.
They're getting that 401k portfolio probably getting murdered.
Right. They was pissed off after the last crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we proposed, and that's why we came together and united like the Super Friends. Y'all really need to get into this real estate like ASAP. And the reason why is because just like we were talking about, that's one of the safest places to put your money. Because as the times go on, the same houses, I give you an example, my house I paid $185 for, now it's worth $360. It damn near doubled its price in less than 10 years. So what if I make another double in the next 10 years? So in 20 years, let's say $500,000-600,000. That's a mean flip.
Yeah,
that's a mean flip. You see what I'm saying? So I can liquidate that. I can rent it out. I can have that passive income coming in. You could do a lot of things with that. Because think about it. We talking about all this right now while we got the energy. But think about how hard it will be when you get to retirement age. You're gonna need that real estate. You ain't gonna be able to hustle like you're hustling right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna want to.
You ain't gonna want to when you're 70, 80 years old. Right?
You ain't gonna have the same energy you got now.
Right. So you need that real estate portfolio where it's working for you. That money that's stacking, and you can kind of do what you want to do. So I mean, all of that, the shoes and the cars and that all look nice, but you can't retire off that. It has, it's guns and butter. Taking the baby boy,
guns and water.
They have no value unless you're gonna rent the things out when you ain't using them.
Right.
They have absolutely no value. But that real estate, you got that real estate, you hold on to that. You always can do something. You always can take money out. You always could, you always got something. So I don't want to.
You got doors. You're getting if you have doors, you're getting residual income every month. And somebody's always going. We talked, I think, a couple weeks ago about how the rent's going up. So somebody leave because you raising the rent. Well, you know something. You're gonna get somebody else. Somebody else gonna want to stay there.
Hold on one second.
So yeah, that's and that's one thing I've been looking at getting into too is going into flipping. I don't know about renting. I guess if being a landlord, I guess I'd probably get like one of the mortgage companies because I don't want to deal with people.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing where a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, lack the ambition to actually be a landlord. Like, you don't have to be the landlord. Like, you could easily get a property management company to manage it for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But you got somebody else paying down the principal balance on it and making equity there in that property. It's essentially a 401k plan that somebody else is paying into for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Yeah. And then when you get ready to retire, shit, they just mailbox money.
Right.
Yeah.
You just go to the mailbox, you upset, and cash your money. Well, now you upset is deposited into your account.
Yeah, I was gonna say they deposit straight to your account now.
Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about those phone calls. You ain't gotta worry about going to chase down money. You ain't gotta worry about none of that. That's what you pay somebody else for. But by that time, you got so much equity built up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any difference. Somebody else pay off that house. Rents is going to do nothing but increase. You can easily have $3,000 or $4,000 for a house coming in the next 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Yeah.
Right.
I give you my model as well. Look at my model again. This was back in early 2010s. 185. I'm all in with taxes and everything. 1,500. You know, so I'm all in with the tax and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 10 years from now, I go to the 500. So from that investment right there, let's even take right now. If I pay this thing off and want to rent this thing out, I can rent it out for $2,300.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So there's just that 10-year gap is already $1,100 plus. I would say about $900 plus what I paid for it as far as on the this is my mascot. This is it.
I'll piggyback off that. If you took and paid your house off and you able to lease it out for $2,300, that's $2,300 that you got coming into as additional income per month.
Right.
And you got $300K in equity within your house. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you ran into a bind or something, you can easily do a cash out refi. You can do a HELOC or something to take that money, invest in whatever else that you want to invest in. You want to open up a business, you can go do that.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But you have an asset to take advantage of right there.
Right.
You ain't just relying on Social Security.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Not only that is like I said, but one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If you have real estate, especially free and clear, you got money.
Oh yeah.
Period.
If you got equity, you have money. No matter if you got to go the hard money route and pull the money out, somebody's gonna lend it to you.
Yep.
Is that collateral?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're in a hot area. So, I mean, it's just that's why most millionaires have a real estate portfolio. It's one of those things that's gonna keep appreciating. The tax shelters, the benefits is just so many different benefits, and having real estate is ridiculous. It's built on it's built on look at Trump, man. That's how he made his money. It is through real estate, commercial real estate, buying different hotels and stuff like that, man. There's so many different ways to win off of this. You know, so, and I'm surprised we quick to hop on everything else everybody else doing, but why we ain't hopping on this real estate train? You see everybody else making this money on the real estate and stuff like that. Somebody do a TikTok dance, we hopping on the TikTok dance. Somebody hopping, you know, why not hop on this real estate? And you know, it's the best thing smoking. You're gonna need it for the retire. You want to live this life that you know, where you can take these 2 trips a year and travel and all this stuff. Who's gonna pay these bills? Are you gonna hustle like you've been hustling in your 30s and your 70s?
Definitely not. Now is the time to get it while you're young. I tell you what, I seen an article the other day. We all know Mayweather got money. Mayweather made a ton of money fighting fights and all this other stuff, still making money. They say to this day, you know what I'm saying, his biggest earner is real estate.
Right.
He's working on a major deal in Miami right now. Billions of dollars.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, but if somebody with money chooses to make their income through real estate, that's got to be telling you something.
Right.
You don't have to do it on such a grand scale like that, but you know what I'm saying, the principle's still the same. regardless if you're talking about $100 million or you're talking about 100,000. The principle is still the same.
Yep.
So that's the key right there. That's the biggest piece of the pie is real estate. If you're talking about wealth, you know, we can talk about Bitcoin, we can talk about oil, we can talk about gold, we can talk about all that stuff. We can talk about businesses. I would say the strong second is businesses. You know, because businesses, you have tax shelters and all that stuff. This is built on business. You know, but I would use the real estate to build, you know, to fund my businesses. You know, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, use tax shelters and more businesses to the high tax, high tax money. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's how I would do it, man. You know, because I'm a strong student of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That money is debt. You know, rich people don't work for money. You know, if you sitting there collecting an hourly check and you trade time for money, you're gonna lose. I said this before and over and over so many times on podcasts. But if you're looking at you working for money, you're gonna lose. Rich people work for opportunities. Yep. You know what I mean? And they make their money work for them. It's all debt anyway. You use debt to get more debt, and that leverages the money. And all you're doing is orchestrating it. Am I making sense?
100%. You know what? I'll piggyback off that too. Rich Dad Poor Dad is kind of like the basics 101 when it comes to finance, right, in my opinion. It's the number one book that you will read and change your whole perception of the way money and stuff works.
Right.
When you talk about Robert Kiyosaki and a lot of his principles that he teach, one of the biggest things that I got from the book was he was just like, I never said I can't do something. How can I do something was the biggest thing. A lot of people talk themselves out of why I can't invest in real estate. Well, yeah, you can invest in real estate. Maybe you can't invest by yourself. Maybe you need to get a partner. Maybe you need to purchase a house for yourself and then turn that into an investment property later on down the line. Like, there's ways to do it, but you just have to sit and think about how can I, and not limit your mindset to automatically shoot yourself in the foot. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Like I said, it's all mindset on this. That's the difference between rich and poor. It's all mindset. It's all mind frame, mindset. However you set your mind to do, that's what you want to see. You know, that's what that's the outcome you're gonna present and manifest. You know, this is what it is, man. It's half full, half empty. Like I heard the quote. I think I said this. I don't know if I said this on the air before, but I heard a quote from a sales and marketing guy that makes like $50 million a year. He said he no longer look at the glass half full or half empty. What he does is just saw the glass in half, and that way it's always full.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So what he meant by that is that you control how you want to see things. You know, you control, you make it the way you want, make it the way you want it.
Yep.
You want it full all the time, man. Make that glass, saw that glass in half, man. You know, so, and it's all you can do it. You know, there's really no limitations. The only limits is the limits you're putting on yourself.
Yep.
You know, so,
whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Right. Either way, you're right.
Either way, you're right.
Yep. You know, so that's the main thing is that let's take this a step further. This is why we formed this coalition, is to be the tangible assets that you need. Like, all right, you want to get to that level, here we go. You got real estate agents, you have the lenders. Again, now we're not magicians now. We ain't promising, voila, boom, money, back to the pocket.
We ain't grant 3 wishes like a genie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we can give you the roadmap, but it's up to you to travel that road.
I know I got the ball here, but I ain't a genie. I ain't Shazam. You know, so, but it's gonna be hard work. It's hard work. It's money. It's dedication. It's time, and that's another thing. Let's talk about this. Let's open the panel up to this. We got a few minutes. What's up with? You got patience for everything else. We got patience for everything else, but there's absolutely no patience when it comes to this house thing. We want. I do my picture all the time. Like, you know, this is the house that I'm in right now. Chris the only one that's in that. My house is decent for a bachelor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not no Taj Mahal, but nice 3-bedroom. I turned the 1-bedroom into a theater room, and I got the game room and all that. Nice big backyard that I don't even use. You know, so
but you own it,
huh?
I said, but you own it. Yeah, it's yours. Yeah.
My point is that this is the house I want was way more player than this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the time it was 212 at the tip top of my budget. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's the one I really wanted. But I ain't like say, all right, since I can't get that, I ain't gonna get nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and rent. That, you know, let me go ahead, not really settle, but let me go ahead and get this. I made the inside player like I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then hey, the next time I roll up, I'm rolling up with that full layer townhouse.
Right.
$1 million townhouse. So I just made that sacrifice for 10 years. That's unheard of. A lot of people when I counsel them, they can't fathom that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I did the same thing.
That's the biggest thing that you said, you know what I'm saying, was sacrifice.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to make that sacrifice.
Right.
A lot of people don't want. They'll hop over the car that's solid. They'll hop over a Corolla that's solid to go get this beat up Lexus just because it's Lexus and it's in the shop next week. The payment is double. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like just because I want to be able to pull up to the club in a Lexus, they're not willing to make that sacrifice. Just like, look, I need 4 wheels to get me from A to B until I can get me something solid.
Yep.
That's a shame. It's
So
a sacrifice for
the flex. I got to flex now. I got to flex now.
I got to flex now. Instant gratification.
Right. Yep.
So it's like instead of flexing later, they ain't looking at tomorrow. I got to flex now. Ain't no game plan.
Right.
I have it now.
You know.
I need to save this $500. You know what I'm saying, to go towards a down payment on my house. But man, that chain look good. I'm gonna go ahead and get that chain. So I'm gonna kill him when I pull up to the club. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. You don't need
other
that
communities that's watching us right now. We're talking a foreign language. They can't fathom what we're talking about now. Like, what are these guys talking about? But this is common. You know, it's that much of a separation in cultures.
Yes.
You know, what we talking about right now, you look from the outside looking in, that's lunacy. You see what I'm saying? And it look crazy. And so, for the, and the opposite, the flip flop, we look, oh man, why would you get something that you don't really want?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not. This is an investment. This ain't every stock I invest in. I don't like.
Right.
You know, investment. You have to fall in love with the investment. Does it make money?
We don't think of the future. We think of right now.
Right. Why is that? That's what I want to say. What's the cause of that? And how can we stop that?
I think it's connected with it has an emotional attachment instead of us looking at it as an investment for the future. It's like, how is it going to make me feel right now?
That's a good one because I think they buy a house like they buy a car.
I mean, and that's the difference when you're looking at buyers, sellers on a residential side versus commercial. On commercial, it's all about the numbers. Residential is how I feel about it.
Right.
And I tack on to that, and I think your environment plays a big role into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think when they talk about, look, you need to hang out with people that has a status higher than you because it motivates you, you know what I'm saying, to actually want to do better. But when you hanging around people that ain't really doing much better, they credit messed up, your credit messed up, like, you don't really have that same motivation to do better.
You're not trying to get better, yeah. You're
not trying to get better. Your mom, your dad, you know what I'm saying, they've been renters all their life. Their credit always been jacked up. You know what I'm saying? They probably the one that got your credit jacked up or whatever, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So people see, okay, well, look, this is just the way life is. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing for them to get over that hump to say, okay, well, look, I want better than the previous generation did or the previous generation had.
Right.
Well, you got all these social medias with everybody wanting everything, and we giving you the pragmatic approach to it, but the pragmatic approach is not going to be overnight. And that's the biggest pill that when I talk to people, especially in our community, it's they want this instant gratification. This Uber Eats, this Amazon microwave popcorn type thing. It's not going to happen like that. unless you got a whole pile of money. If you got a whole pile of money, then things can happen quickly. And if you're coming from nothing, how you gonna make nothing into something overnight?
Right.
It's not gonna happen, you know. And it's a pragmatic approach, and I think that's it's a mental block. I think 1%, I would say 1 or 2% of our customers really listen to. You know, especially when Chris and I do a deal, I tell them the same thing over and over. It's in one end out the other.
Yep.
They're gonna go for the biggest house possible and become house poor.
Yep.
And then when the value goes up and they hit you on those property taxes, then you really hurt.
Yeah.
Or you got the opposite end. You got, you know, like we talked about earlier, you got the people that's asphyxiated that want the Taj Mahal for $1,500 a month. They want to, you know, and they're gonna sit there and wait for that unicorn to pop up out the sky somewhere. You know.
You know, some people actually bake their budget when they get ready to purchase a home. They like to max out and sometimes kind of go over their budget in some situations. Right. And what they don't take into account is life. Life happens. Something's going to happen. You're going to have a surprise. The kids need something for school. Something broke. The shoes sole broke off or whatever. They need additional clothes. They need
transmission goes out.
Fees. Transmission goes out. You know what I'm saying? Mom, dad gets sick. Something like that happens, and you don't have the cushion to brace for that. So now it's like a domino effect. That one surprise right there, everything suffers because of it.
Yep.
Well, I think we talked about this on another show. Like, a lot of people don't play to win; they play to not lose. You know, and if you play to not lose, you're gonna lose because you know. I talked about this on the Power Ownership podcast. You know, we dig a little bit deeper. It's like your mind. Don't forget about epigenetics. That your mind and your environment is going to dictate your outcome. So whatever you know, the universe works for you. It's called universe. So you know the feelings that you feeling right now, worrying is a form of meditation. So if you constantly replaying over and over and over that this is going to happen, I can't tell you how many times I counsel somebody, and you, Corey, you probably could bear witness to this as well. Well, in case something happened, that's the first thing that come out of your mouth, man. Yeah, I don't want to do that in case something happened. So you already in your mind thinking on the extreme negative. You see what I'm saying? Instead of thinking in an abundance mind frame, like, hey, listen, you know, this is, I'm going to take this, and I want the cushion because I want to take this and pay it off quicker. Taking the positive. You see that positive spin instead of the negative spin?
Right.
So I want to go lower so I can double up, and that way I can knock this out, and that way I can kind of get what I want.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'll kind of have this asset. Have this facilitate my dream home, but you know it's in case something happened. I don't want to. You see what I'm saying? It's already you putting that into effect. You put that into flesh by that mind frame. So you can't even put that in your cipher. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
You know. So like we said earlier, if you think you will or you think you won't, either way you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. You see, so, but again, that's just we talk about this every week. It all boils down to mind frame.
Yep. That's a good way to end it today.
Right. Yeah. It's right at the 8:30. So, let's go ahead and make the outros, and then we'll be out, man. Chris, I know you got to go, so I'll start with you.
Everybody, appreciate you tuning in. It's CJ the Realtor here in Houston. You're looking to sell, buy, invest, lease. I'm here for you. Hit me up on all social media platforms. It's CJ Sales Texas, CJSELLSTX, or you can call or text me 832-338-3182.
All right. Barry Bolson with Keller Williams Realty. Buy, sell, invest in Houston, in Houston surrounding areas. You can Google me, Homes by Barry B. My website is homesbybarryb.com, 832-786-1270. and I'm on everything: Facebook, IG, TikTok, LinkedIn, so you can find me.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm Corey Smith, your mortgage professional. You can contact me by number 832-297-7659, or feel free to shoot me an email, smithmortgageteam@gmail.com.
Yeah, we right on time with good client management. Again, Brandon B. Dixon, MLS 1541210. Again, you can catch me at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. If you want to apply now, you ready to get that? If your mind is right, I feel like a Baptist preacher. If your mind is right, and you're ready to come on with it. Go to applywithb.com. If you're ready to go, come on down. This is the benediction right now. Or you can call me 832-775-8357 if it's about business. Call me 24/7. Get ready to talk real estate. So we have a couple other sites as well. HoustonCondoSales.com. If you're looking for a condo for Houstonians by Houstonians, you can check my rates 24/7. Go to whatstodaysrates.com. Check my rates 24/7. If you like the bully that I put my little French bulldog, we got accessories and all that stuff at bullypalace.com. If you like my mascot here, this is it. Where she went? She went somewhere under the bed somewhere. And like I said, join us every week on Tuesdays, 7:30 to 8:30. We're gonna talk real estate. We ain't got no questions and answers, so we're gonna wrap it up from there, man. We're gonna say peace, man. Join us on all platforms.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Later.